Chicago and the Philippines. A comprehensive review of the week's special community events, featuring many exciting personalities, handled by the most professional Chicago Philippine Reports TV staff.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Chicago Philippine Reports TV, still the #1 Filipino show in the Midwest. I'm Girly Pascual. Welcome to our show. Today we have all the top stories from the Philippines. We also have what's happening in our own Filipino-American community of Chicago. We have interesting interviews led by our very own executive producer, Miss Veronica Layton. We have Bridget Cotero Carino. All these are coming up and more afterward from our sponsors. Please stay with us.
Philippine Vice President Sara Duterte urges lawmakers to respect the earlier position of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. not to cooperate with the International Criminal Court's probe into her father's drug war. In a statement, Duterte reiterates Marcos's earlier statement that the ICC ceased to have jurisdiction over the Philippines upon effectivity of the country's withdrawal from the Rome Statute on March 17, 2019. She also claims allowing the ICC prosecutor to investigate alleged crimes against humanity is not only unconstitutional but degrades Philippine legal institutions. Duterte's statement comes a day after House members tackled resolutions urging the Marcos administration to cooperate with the ICC probe.
Nagbigay na po ng deklarasyon ng ating Pangulo regarding sa hindi pagtanggap ng ICC dito sa ating bansa. Kaya po nag-release tayo ng statement na nag-request sa ating mga members of the House of Representatives na respetuhin naman natin ang deklarasyon ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos.
Meanwhile, House Speaker Martin Romualdez denies allegations he is behind the so-called anti-Duterte moves in the lower chamber. He also denies former presidential spokesperson Harry Roque's accusations that the speaker wants to ease out Vice President Sara Duterte from the 2028 presidential race.
Our good friend, former Secretary Harry Roque, we respect his thoughts and opinions, but they're not accurate. So I'll just put it at that, and there's nothing to it. A lot of speculation, but none of that is true.
Romualdez also refuted speculations the House of Representatives is prioritizing the resolution urging the Marcos administration to cooperate with the ICC probe.
This is what you call, this is the sense of the House of Representatives. There were a succession of resolutions that are being filed, and of course, as a matter of course, we have to read out, these bills or resolutions, and we have to act upon the same. And we have to be sensitive and responsive to the mga hinain po ng ating mga kongresista.
Senator Ronald De La Rosa, for his part, doubts the lower chamber will pass the resolutions. De La Rosa is the architect of the previous administration's war on drugs.
Hindi ko alam kung makapasa yan sa House of Representatives, knowing na ang majority bloc of the House of Representatives is very supportive to the President. And the President has made it very clear na ayaw niyang makialam ang ICC dito. Ayaw niyang papasokin ang ICC dito sa ating bansa. Sakaling makapasa yan dyan sa House of Representatives, ay mananatili pa rin niyang resolusyon hanggat hindi acted upon by the President positively, favorably, yung kanilang resolution.
Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Remulla, for his part, says he will meet with Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin to clarify the Philippine government's position on its membership with the ICC.
Pero ang first question is, why will we work with the ICC now that we are no longer members of the ICC? Di ba? Yun ang tanong eh. So are we going to be members again of the ICC first for this thing to happen?
From Madrid, Pilar Lafuente and Alberto Bello traveled all the way to a courtroom in Manila. For almost 4 years, they waited for this moment. To come face to face with the three cops accused of killing their 32-year-old son, Diego, in Siargao in January 2020. Alberto said it's hard for them to see the cops for the first time, but it's something that they must do. Pilar said she could not understand how three cops could kill a man knowing that he is innocent. Diego arrived in Siargao as a tourist in 2018, but he stayed on and opened businesses in the island. The police claimed they caught Diego in a buy-bust operation outside his house in General Luna in Siargao in the wee hours of January 8, 2020. Diego allegedly fought back. That's why he was killed. He was supposedly the #1 drug personality in the Caraga region. Allegedly recovered from him were a caliber .45 pistol and 8 grams of cocaine. But the probe of the Commission on Human Rights and the National Bureau of Investigation revealed Diego had no firearm. The Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency in Region 13 and village officials also denied he was involved in drugs. Instead, the NBI concluded that the armed encounter being claimed by the accused did not happen, based on the findings of its ballisticians. Diego suffered 6 gunshot wounds, the last one allegedly when he was already half sitting or half lying. Department of Justice prosecutors concurred with the NBI and filed murder and planting of evidence charges against Police Captain Wise Vicente Panuelos and Police Staff Sergeants Ronel Pazo and Nido Boy Cortez in March of last year. The accused refused to give any statement to ABS-CBN News.
Sir, namoy kasulti, sir, sa kuwan? Okay.
The prosecution is currently presenting evidence to oppose the bail petitions of the cops.
Es como un sueño que no acaba, una mala pesadilla.
Diego's father hopes the trial will soon lead to a conviction. He calls the whole experience a long nightmare. It's been 4 years since the killing, but the prosecution is just starting to present its evidence.
The problem is hindi sila mahanap. It was, I think, more than a year after the indictment that they surrendered.
The Spanish Consulate General and the European Union delegation in the Philippines promised to closely monitor Diego's case. The EU recently called on the Philippines to prosecute extrajudicial killings and cooperate with the International Criminal Court in holding perpetrators accountable. It's a move Diego's parents support.
Por supuesto que nosotros estamos a favor.
Pilar says many more pending cases need to be probed and reviewed. Diego's case is just one of the 52 cases the Philippines showcased to the ICC and the United Nations Human Rights Council to show it is investigating the killings under the Tetes drug war.
Asian markets traded in narrow ranges on Thursday, with Wall Street ticking higher the day before as it went into the Thanksgiving, and treasuries falling after data showed U.S. consumers expect inflation to persist through next year. Japanese markets closed for a holiday, while Indonesia's central bank kept interest rates unchanged at 6% as expected, despite renewed volatility in the rupiah exchange rate as investors speculate over the possibility of an end to U.S. monetary tightening. In the Philippines, shares slipped with the PSE index down by 0.1%, but still managing to close above the 6,200 level.
We would need a lot more to really see more volume. But interestingly enough, we are at the net foreign buying figure, not by much, 9 million. And so $9 million. That's also kind of something to be positive about. I think what we could be looking at technically is a higher low. We tested 5.7 in October. We tested just 5,900. And surprisingly, actually, the index didn't really stay below 6,000. So those are interesting indicators. And at the same time, looking at the macroeconomic indicators kind of converge at that positive, kind of making us more optimistic.
In corporate stories, DMCI Mining nickel subsidiary Zambales Diversified Metals receives the Presidential Mineral Industry Environmental Award in recognition of its commitment to environmental protection, safety measures, community development, and social responsibility. This award marks a first for Zambales Diversified Metals and represents a third win for the DMCI Mining Group. Its other subsidiary, Barong Nickel Corporation, was the recipient of the award in 2020 and 2021. Both had been among several Philippine miners suspended or shut in 2016 following a series of government-initiated audits on the industry's compliance with environmental regulations. Zambales Diversified Metals reported production in the first 9 months of the year surged by 83% to an all-time high of 1.3 million wet metric tons on increasing mining capacity. It had received earlier the green light to boost its nickel ore production from 1 million to 2 million metric tons starting this year.
It's more fun in the Philippines.
Do you need to get your hands on some extra money right now? Maybe $25,000 or more? If you're a homeowner, now is a perfect time to get cash out. While homes in many neighborhoods like yours have gone up in value, you can use the money for anything. It's yours. You can buy an investment property, pay for college, pay off higher interest debt, or make home improvements. A cash out refinance is the perfect solution to get the cash you need. If you need $25,000, $50,000, or even $100,000, now's the time. Home values are up, and so is your equity. We offer you a way to use it. No need to sell your home or use your savings. Call New American Funding now and speak to a cash out refi specialist and see how much cash out you can get.
Call New American Funding at 855-332-3929. That's 855-332-3929. Call 855-332-3929.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 901-245-4874. That's 901-245-4874. 901-245-4874. That's 901-245-4874.
Via Times, vital news, vibrant views for the Filipino Asian communities in Chicago. Via Times for your most interesting and exciting reading and your party coverages. Via Times has very interesting columnists. You name it, Via Times has it. Law, Filipino news, dentistry, immigration, humor, serious opinions, health, beauty, mysticism, Bata Corner, showbiz, and intelligently written editorials. Call Via Times at 773-866-0811.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat and welcome to Veronica's segment of the show today. I have a very interesting gentleman, and he's really from California, but he is, because I think he deals with animals all over the world, and that is really his job. He will be talking to us about that today, and his name is Christopher Weber.
Yes, Chris. But call me Chris. That's easier.
Yeah, Weber. He is the co-founder and CEO of Animals Around the Globe, and we're going to be talking today about earthquakes and climate change that's affecting us all over the world. And help me welcome Mr. Chris Weber. Hi, Chris. How are you? I let your rap as if you're in the midst of beautiful Africa.
Exactly. Hey, Veronica, nice to meet you. So, and hello to every listener out there. So yeah, I'm Chris from Animals Around the Globe. We are one of the largest animal information and news platforms in the world. We have like millions of visitors every month, and our goal is really to bring humans and animals closer together and help strengthen that bond. You know.
And okay, well, with what you do dealing with animals around the globe,
Yeah.
animals are really creatures that are really sensitive when it comes to climate change, and also most of all when earthquakes come around, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. And I mean, like, so I mean, we're living in a world where more and more earthquakes occur. I think we're now at around 55 earthquakes per day, which is a lot around the globe. So, and earthquakes disrupt animal habitats is in many ways. And I mean, we can, I think, go through why and in which ways, but yeah, exactly. So I think if we look at the three steps, like pre-earthquake, what does it affect there? Especially earthquakes that are burrowing, like moths or even snakes in hibernation. They start feeling the earthquake way before anything happens, and that already leads to a disturbance in their behavior. And we have like a few examples. For instance, in China in 1975, snakes actually felt an earthquake and came out on the streets and started freezing basically to death because they left the hibernation phase. And yeah, similar, I think, to that in 2011 in a Japanese earthquake, like under deep water fish came up and were washed ashore because they felt, you know, some seismic movement already in the deep sea, and some gas coming up, most likely from tectonic like shifts, and that's what led them to come up. And yeah, and then like I mean, like immediately during an earthquake, like in the next phase, we have like structures from malls or under other like boring animals destroyed, and they have to build new, you know, new habitats. Their homes are lost as well. And yeah, I mean, like we have other animals such as elephants in the big earthquake in the Indian Ocean, like in Sri Lanka and in Thailand. Elephants were seeking shelter somewhere at higher ground before the earthquake already happened. So we see, you know, animals can feel earthquakes pretty soon. The same with like pets, like dogs and cats. If we observe them and see that they act out, most likely because of their hearing is much broader than ours, so they can hear frequency where already an earthquake is, you know, coming, and then they act out, and we should start to seek shelter when we see our dog, you know, going crazy. And then yeah,
What you're saying is that animals instinctively can predict earthquakes and all other natural calamities ahead of the human beings because of their more sensitive hearing, right?
yeah, their hearing, their sensitivity to vibration. I mean, some even can like sense electromagnetic fields, like bees, for instance. They will change their patterns because they behave like exactly through electromagnetic fields. When the earth shifts, that field changes, and then bees' behavior also is affected by that.
Very interesting. Is it also the same with the oncoming of tsunamis?
Mm.
Tsunamis?
Yeah. Most likely before tsunami, earthquake in some sort happened, right? So we see this behavior as well, like with the elephants, that were seeking higher ground, or the fish coming up from the surface or from the deep sea. We see the same, and that could be, for instance, by the ocean because of groundwater changes. I mean, like, this can be caused by increased pressure underground that releases gas from fractured rocks, and that might be detectable by some animals, like this gas already. So that like changes the behavior before a tsunami, like in water and marine animals. Yeah.
We see. Wow. We just have to be watchful of our animals
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
and run with them.
Yeah.
I and I believe you. I believe that because
Okay.
I heard that from my grandparents and my parents growing up in the Philippines.
Mm.
Always be watchful of the animals' reaction.
What were they looking at, like at their dogs, or did they have other animals around that they could observe? Yeah.
Yep, they. I didn't even know that they do that because of their sensitivities to the environment or surrounding them.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yes, and so okay, Chris, can you please tell us the correlation between earthquake and climate change?
Yeah, I mean, obviously with yeah, the frequency going up with earthquakes, it is, yeah, it is. I think the correlation with climate change is very noticeable. And why is that? There are like multiple theories. One is that basically with the melting ice and the melting glaciers, sea levels could rise, and that affects the pressure on the tectonic plates. And that pressure could like force them to move more. And exactly, so this increased water weight from rising sea levels might lead to subduction and then possibly trigger earthquakes. And yeah, so that's one actually one of the biggest or largest like impacts that climate change has: the water level that's rising and then the pressure on the tectonic plates.
Interesting. Okay. Okay, when did you found the Animals Around the Globe organization?
Oh, we found that together with my co-founder. We were co-workers at Google, and it was kind of like a hobby at the beginning 4 or 5 years ago. And yeah, something we really enjoy to do. And since then we, grew into it and now do it full time, and it's growing really, really healthily. And yeah, so 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah.
It seems that the motto of your organization is bringing animals and humans closer together. How do you figure on doing that?
So there is like a quote by Steve Irwin, the Australian dude, who said that the more excitement you bring into the world around animals, the more people start falling in love. Like, people usually are interested in what they're excited about, and that's what they like want to protect, right? So our approach is, the more we get people excited about animals, the more they want to protect them. And that's what we're trying to do. And that's how also I became excited about animals. I went like on many like expeditions and adventures and diving trips with sharks and so on. And that's how I learned about a lot of animals and how I got excited about it. And then at some point I really wanted to start help protect them, because we are the, smarter species, more intelligent species. And the smarter species also always has to take care about the other ones, So we're, yeah, kind of the big brother to the animals.
There are many humans I guess this is all over the world. I can just speak about the United States. And there are so many humans that are very affectionate to their animals, mostly to their cats and dogs.
Yeah.
That it includes this group of people, right? So animal lovers all over the world.
Yeah, exactly. We think like that. Yeah,
The awareness.
exactly. The
So,
awareness of.
is it your mission to really awaken the human owners and how to be watchful over their animals' reactions to the atmosphere or to the environment?
Yes.
How do you do that?
I mean, we built up a team of like scientists who are just focusing on that part. We call them our like expert team. They usually have a background in oceanography or marine biology or biology in general or veterinarian studies, and they really dig into the field of what happens in the world right now and bringing these like information to the surface to our readers. And that way we hope we can inform the mass and make them aware of what happens around us and how we can what changes we can see with animals also.
How do you when
Sorry?
it comes to I mean it comes human beings association with the animals?
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
How do you see what's coming up to our world when because your mission is to bring the humans and animals closer together. So what is in the future by doing this?
I think the idea is that we respect animals for what they are essentially, and notice that they need our protection, and that we need to be aware of their space and keep wild things wild and not interfere with it. We do have our domestic animals, and that's fine. We can connect with them on that level. And with wild animals, we will connect on a different level with, because they need to stay wild and need to preserve this beauty of wildness that we otherwise might destroy.
Wildlife.
The
or
wildlife.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And, are you really more concerned to reaching out to the wildlife when it comes to the environment instead of the domestic animals?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's easier for people to develop a connection to their domestic animals, and it gives them a window into the animal world. But the wildlife is like the next step from there, that they also start caring about the wildlife, not just their immediate pets, because the wildlife, I mean, doesn't give them a direct emotional bond, but it gives them a window into the world, how a world works without our thinking, and without any human interference, which is very beautiful.
With what you do you travel? I bet you travel a lot around the world.
Yeah. No, we do. Yeah. We will have next month now our offsite with our whole team in South Africa in the Kruger National Park, and where we will hopefully be able to observe wildlife. There are beautiful spots all around the world where you can do that, and we're also trying to bring that more to our readers with opportunities and verified wildlife guides that they can like book tours with. to observe wildlife from a distance, but in a eco-friendly way also.
There are so many wildlife in Africa, and it's a huge country.
Yes, I mean it's a huge continent with like so many different
Continent, right?
Yeah, so many different angles to what to see, and yeah, I mean like Africa and the oceans are like big fields where a lot of wildlife in this world still takes place. Yeah, I mean it's beautiful, and like I mean the interconnectedness between those things. For instance, most of our oxygen comes actually from plankton in the ocean, and that plankton is kept in check by by like a lot of different marine animals such as whales and other types of fish and so on, and they eat the plankton, and that balance is very important. If these animals wouldn't eat the plankton, then the plankton would take over the oceans potentially and make this planet kind of unlivable, because we wouldn't have then kind of like a green ocean. So that's another, like so many the interplays are there in the world that we need to look out for.
What you do is very interesting, exciting, and full of adventure. And
yeah, no, it is. Yeah.
And so, one last word before we sign off.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so please, to everyone who listened to us, I mean, with this interview, we hope it's clear like how everything is interconnected, and we need to keep things wild and keep wild things protected, because these wild things make up these interplays that we live on. Otherwise, we as human species wouldn't survive. So keep things wild.
Great, terrific. I salute you for the great job that you're doing in trying to interconnect the human beings with the with the animals.
Thank you, Veronica. Thank you.
And the marine lives too. Okay. Well, Mr. Chris Weber, thank you so much for gracing our show today. And I wish you good luck and all the things that you're doing for the world. And thank you. Maraming salamat. At maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood. Ako po si Veronica. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Oh, dadan!
Yan! Dito na! Perfect!
Do you need to get your hands on some extra money right now? Maybe $25,000 or more? If you're a homeowner, now is the perfect time to get cash out. While homes in many neighborhoods like yours have gone up in value, you can use the money for anything. It's yours. You can buy an investment property, pay for college, pay off higher interest debt, or make home improvements. A cash out refinance is the perfect solution to get the cash you need. If you need $25,000, $50,000, or even $100,000, now's the time. Home values are up, and so is your equity. We offer you a way to use it. No need to sell your home or use your savings. Call New American Funding now and speak to a cash out refi specialist and see how much cash out you can get.
Call New American Funding at 855-332-3929. That's 855-332-3929. Call 855-332-3929.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat and welcome to Veronica's segment of the show today. I have a very exciting personality, a very familiar face on our show, very glamorous, very beautiful. Oh my goodness. Help me welcome Miss Sarah Lee Turner, who used to be on this show for how many years? Many, many years. And until she retired, or we're going to hear from her what happened to her. And help me welcome Sarah. Sarah is looking so fresh and beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you, Tita, for this wonderful interaction again. Alam ko marami na naman tayong chika after a long, long absence.
Alright. But Sarah has not stopped writing for Vaya Times as a Vaya Times columnist. And but for the TV, she because of the move to a warm place. She Chicago. She left Chicago and she's living there. For the last how many years?
Almost 2 years now.
Oh, almost 2 years.
It's going on the second year, so we're there and we're happy of the move and no regrets.
Okay, I invited Sarah today for this interview because she just finished a big project and a project that she will talk to us. And believe it,
huge undertaking.
Sarah, please hold the book that you just finished writing.
So proud of this endeavor. It was a challenge because, we have busy lives this time, but to come up with a book of 200 recipes, that's a lot to deal with. So it's not just like 10 recipes in the book or 50. This is more than 200 recipes for our viewers and readers to enjoy.
All right, very good. Sarah, 200 recipes.
Yeah, so let me ask the first question, if you don't mind. What do you think about the title, Tita? What do you think about the title that I picked?
I love it. And but I'm not a cook, but I don't know if when I'm going to try any of your recipes.
Oh, you have to let me know. Those are easy ones. Remember those times when I was doing it on TV and there is no like second chance or re-edits or retakes? Yeah, it was just one take, and you have to make sure that you know the recipe and you know the ingredients, the procedures. It's only one take, and Tito Joe was there.
I know. And it's a beautiful book, and the title is Sarah Lee Turner and her name on the top. The Vietnam's Delicious Treasures. Sarap, lasang Pinoy.
Yes.
And of course, it was. Can you please say something about the foreword, Sarah?
Yeah, the foreword was specially picked. It was not from any chefs at all that I know or met, but this one comes from the one who tasted my goodies and have the first-hand knowledge of how fabulous or easy and good tasting my food offerings. Miss Veronica Layton to do the foreword. And would you believe she completed the whole page for the foreword? Nobody can do that except Miss Veronica Layton.
And show some of the many pictures that you feature.
Oh yeah. I love her because this time we were able to incorporate pictures of us having fun with the family of Vaya Times and Cprtv. Oh, the ladies are here, the gentlemen are here, the happy times. So it will be here, it will be treasured for the rest of our lives. There's food and there's smiles There's get together. Oh my God, these are good pictures.
Love
And
it.
thank you
I love
for
it.
helping me pick all the right pictures.
Wow.
Yeah, we have everything here, pictures, recipes.
With the recipes and okay, with the 200 recipes that you published there, how were you able to accumulate those recipes?
It was a challenge. Of course, these are all, the recipes are all coming from our Via Times publications and recipes that appeared during my stint with Cprtv, Chicago Philippine Reports TV. And we all enjoyed and we ate and we tried and we tested, we tasted. And with this book now, I included the very familiar where I have time to do it in the kitchen, like marinating, like putting it in the freezer for a while before cooking, because there's time. It's not anymore on TV. So you have your pancit bihon, arroz caldo, and stuff like that, which are just my favorite recipes.
Are they all Filipino recipes?
No, it is for anyone. So you can hand this over to the American friends, Spanish friends, white, black, brown, Asian. Yeah, so it all comes from appetizers to desserts, and even kakanin, and there's also Pinoy ulam. So everything's in here in this wonderful book.
Eclectic.
Yes, and that's why it's called Delicious Treasures, because anybody can have this as their guide in the. What would you do with 200 recipes? That would be almost 365 days a year. There's one for each day.
Oh God, goodness gracious, Sarah. All right, what inspired you to write the book?
Well, I love recipes, so I've still been collecting recipes. But what I was having problem is finding where I put the recipes. And with those 200 that appeared on TV or in print, there is no way that I would be like a really good organizer of recipes or stuff, even though with the advent of computer and storage equipments, there is no way that you would be able to find those recipes. Where did I hide this? Where did I put this? Oh, I forgot the recipes already. I think I lost it. Now I have it all in here in this book and will never be lost again. So it will be a treasure.
It is really a treasure. And with such a multi-talented author like you, my God, where else could you find a book like that? And it's just so exciting as you know.
Yeah, all made for Via Times and Cprtv family. Oh my goodness! And how did you find help for the how many? I think there was 35 pounds per box.
I know. We're having a Christmas party on this December 22nd. We're giving. I'm not telling anybody, but I'm
Yeah.
yes, with copy of each copy as gift, Christmas gift of your book. I mean, they're Sarah's treasures. That's forwarded by of course,
Yeah, forward by Miss Layton.
the Via Times delicious what do you treasures.
Treasures. I love the title too. I mean, there were so many titles that I have I tried to put it in as part of the list of titles, but I find this very interesting. Delicious Treasures. It's gonna be a treasure.
I love the title. Wow, of course, Sarah, congratulations.
Thank you.
For finishing such a Big project.
Yes, big project, and I'm glad we will be able to enjoy this food now for the rest of our lives. It's not gonna disappear. It will be here forever.
Yeah. Can you please tell us how long did it take you to finish your project?
Well, I've amassed some of the Viatime prints, and now to put it back in the computer, you have to retype. And then after that, you have to follow the format of the publisher. So that's like 3 times that I have to type, or 2 times I have to do the recipes. And to consider doing 200 recipes in a book, that was a lot. But I said, well, I have to do this now or never. And I made it before the holidays.
You now or never, huh?
Yeah, it's now or never, because then I have time to do other projects. As they say, while living, you create memories, and this is part of my memories.
Wow, that that's a really that project is a big legacy from Sarah Lee Turner.
Yes, and for all the family of Viatimes and Cprtv. Yes, it will be forever Viatimes with the stump. Yay! And thank you for doing the forward, Tita. It was really lovely, very thought of, and I
You love it.
I couldn't have picked the better person to do the forward.
Thank you so much. All right, but you know, when Sarah already with the printer. All right, okay, I finished it right away.
Yes.
Can you please tell our viewing audience where else can they find copies of your book? If they look somewhere, where can they find it?
No, that would just be all in Viatimes. At the end of the book, I put there actually where they can order the cookbooks, and that would be through the Viatimes publications. And all they have to do is just pay $15 for the book plus $5 shipping, and we can send this to them.
All right, very good. $5 shipping.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so nice.
I know. Yes, this would be a fabulous gift for the holidays.
Yes.
I remember my one project. There was one reader of Viatimes that begged to have 10 books.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They had to be sent to her, and I hope she's listening, and we can send this wonderful book again to her.
Sarah, so that's how you're marketing your book, right?
No, through your Viatimes too.
Or the Viatimes book. Okay,
Yes.
that's how we're gonna be doing that. Okay, if some people would demand, if we run out of the copies that I have right now, and would demand more copies, would the printer be able to print on demand? Your
Surprise! I have still 100 books in my hand.
I see. Okay, I got it. Wow. Okay, Sarah, thank you for gracing our show today and telling us about your wonderful book project that you just finished. And congratulations, that's a lot of work. And would you like to come to our Christmas party on December 22nd and talk about your book?
Ooh, that would be a wonderful surprise for them. Let me know more details. I will be waiting for those details, and we'll plan on it. Why not?
To our guest, the author of this wonderful book, the author of which I know that they will be so happy to see you. And
Okay. Well, you're well. Consider the wish.
all right,
It's,
okay.
Christmas time is almost here, and we'll plan on it. Why not?
Your appearance will be very much appreciated.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
All right, so let me know right away.
I
Okay,
sure will.
again for gracing our show today. And well, enjoy the rest of your day. At maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood. Ako po si Veronica. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye, Sarah.
Bye.
We would like to welcome all of you to Baladna Jewelry. We have a very big selection of 21 karat gold jewelry imported from the Middle East, from Dubai, Saudi, and Bahrain. And we have a very big selection of diamond. We offer free financing for 6 months, and we have a layaway system which you can leave your stuff for 3 months. We repair gold and we buy old gold. Welcome to Baladna Jewelry.
Salamat po.
Good afternoon, this is Bridget Carino-Quetter bringing you this week's local news from our community. Taking first place are the Denver Broncos. Receiving a stress score of 7.96 out of 10, they are classed as the most stressful team to support. Finishing last in the AFC Western Division in 2022, the Tennessee Titans take second place, scoring 7.02 out of 10. Even though they are NFL veterans with a long-standing history, they are still yet to win a Super Bowl, despite making 25 playoff appearances. The Chicago Bears and Indianapolis Colts lost by an average of 8 points last season, with both teams sharing the top spot with a negative 8.1 margin of victory. This has resulted in them taking the biggest deficit of any team in the NFL. The Arizona Cardinals take third place in the most amount of injuries during the 2022 season with 19, winning just 4 of their 17 games and finishing at the bottom of the NFC Western Division. The Cardinals have had a season to forget. The Illinois Department of Transportation announced it has received a $4.5 million Federal Highway Administration grant to develop a new digital system that will improve efficiencies and safety, as well as modernize administration of future construction projects. The grant is one of 10 awarded to 35 states that applied. Under the leadership of Governor Pritzker, our goal at IDOT is to be the country's most innovative Department of Transportation, said Illinois Transportation Secretary Omar Osman. This grant helps to further that mission while streamlining project delivery, investing taxpayer dollars wisely, and strengthening our status as the transportation hub of North America. The funding will enable IDOT to establish a digital network to share information on upcoming projects, which will reduce the use of paper reports, allowing for 3D modeling and aerial surveying to improve accuracy and increase efficiency of data collection for other state and local agencies to access electronically. Cook County Treasurer Maria Papas invites visitors to see nearly 100 Christmas trees and other displays that celebrate cultural diversity this holiday season. This is the 20th year of Christmas trees from around the world, a display of 3-foot trees. Members of various ethnic and religious communities decorated the trees to represent their heritage. A Christian nativity scene, an African American Kwanzaa kinara, a Hindu prayer tali, and a Jewish menorah are also displayed. This celebration of diversity marks its 20th year as a Chicago holiday tradition, Papa said. People working or shopping downtown are invited to visit the treasurer's office, see the beautiful decorations, and learn how different cultures celebrate the holidays. The display will be up from Monday, November 27th until January 2nd, 2024. In room 112 of the Cook County Building on 118 North Clark Street, Chicago. President Joe Biden is under fire after a new report that the number of illegal immigrants caught by the Coast Guard trying to enter the U.S. has doubled in recent years. That data came from Heather MacLeod, Director of Homeland Security and Justice at the Government Accountability Office during a hearing last week. The Coast Guard interdicted more than 12,000 migrants in both fiscal year 2022 and 2023, more than double the fiscal year 2021 total, according to Coast Guard data, MacLeod said in a prepared testimony. House Homeland Security Committee Chairman Mark Green responded to the Center Square's reporting on the increased interdictions, saying President Joe Biden's immigration policies are endangering U.S. service members. The Illinois Department of Public Health is alerting consumers to an FDA recall of children's cinnamon applesauce pouches, which may contain elevated levels of lead. At least one confirmed case in Illinois and a total of 34 nationwide have been linked to the product, which was sold online and at chains like Schnucks and Dollar Tree under the brand names Wanabana, Weiss, and Schnucks. Consumers should not eat or serve the product and should dispose of it safely. IDPH recommends opening the packets, dumping the contents into a plastic bag, and then discarding the bag and contents, in order to prevent anyone from attempting to salvage the unopened product from the trash. Wash hands thoroughly after disposing of the product. That's all for today. Thank you for watching our news this week. This is Bridget. See you next time.
Yes.